And that's the intelligence of the Buddha. And that's how he realized. Apparently, Buddha was a very intelligent man. And there were all these gods in this world, very powerful gods, but they were not that intelligent. Only Buddha could realize Sunyata. And so you need a very, very, very intelligent, very advanced mind to even understand Sunyata, and to even teach it, because it's so out there. It's beyond the five senses. It's like on the other shore. So that's how intelligent the Buddha was, that no gods could do it. Only he was able to understand it and then perceive it and then teach it. So he even knew that he couldn't teach it, but because of the request, he taught it, because he was like, oh, no one's going to get it. He wasn't forcing his teachings. He wasn't forcing this new discovery that he had found. He wasn't forcing it. He's like, no one's going to get it. I'm just going to sit here, keep it in my heart, and keep quiet and sit in the forest. But they forced him to teach it, although God were like, please teach us, and made many requests. And then the Buddha taught it. So nothing is by force, and nothing is like, this is the law, you have to know Sunyata. They actually requested, they wanted the teaching. And only through that teaching was this world going to be saved, because everyone was stuck on the delusion and illusion, and Sunyata is opposite of delusion. Sunyata is opposite of form. Sunyata is opposite of clinging. Everything that we do, Sunyata is the opposite of that. And so anything that you have learned in this world, anything that you have trained to become, any perception, anything, culture, religion, education, anything, you have to let go of and realize Sunyata. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. Like, you will go through massive inflictions. And if you cannot let go, you will experience massive inflictions. If you cannot let go of your clinging, and if you cannot let go of your old system and old habits and old ways, you will go through heavy spiritual infliction, because Sunyata is trying to break it down, and because it's not real. That's the essence. It's not real. You're holding on to a mirage. Like, how can you hold on to a mirage? Like, it doesn't exist. Then you go to a mirage, the mirage doesn't exist. It's like you go close, that mirage, where's the mirage? That's what you're holding on to. If you hold on to this world, you're holding on to that mirage. You came and you told someone, hey, I caught this mirage. And it's like totally deluded. You cannot hold on to a mirage, but if you hold on to this world, you believe that you're holding on to a mirage. And that's what it means. And you have to let it go and let the mirage be. And when you completely let go and view this world as a mirage, view yourself as a mirage as well, get to that total transparency and become the mirage, and then you can disappear, and then you can dissolve and go to heaven. Otherwise, if you don't become the mirage, how are you going to disappear? Someone's going to go there and they're going to find you there. So when you become a mirage, someone goes there and then you're not there anymore. But if you don't become a mirage and you hold on to this world, and you take this crazy solid form, and someone's going to show up and you're still going to be there, and you're not going to rapture and go to heaven. So in the same sutra called The Plain Full of the Buddha, over here it says, for immeasurable hundreds of thousands of eons, I emulated the previous victorious ones, but I did not attain forbearance in which there is no self, no sentient being, or no life force. When I attained this forbearance, that nobody dies or is born here, that the nature of all this phenomenon is to be without self, then Buddha Dipankara made a prophecy about me. So it says, like, even though Buddha, for thousands of eons, he had all this knowledge and he practiced all these different dharmas and all these different systems. Like, Buddha knew a lot. Even before his enlightenment, he knew a lot of knowledge. He's known as like a student. Like, he is very smart and he's always learning and always studying. And that's how the Buddha is, and that's how he's described, and that's why he's so smart. And that's why he was able to realize Sunyata, that no one could understand it. And so that's why here it says, like, I did not attain this before, and I did not know that there is no self, no sentient being, or no life force, that nobody dies or is born here, and that all phenomenon is without the self. When Buddha realized this, that was his like enlightenment, and that was what he realized in his enlightenment. So with the Sunyata mirage, like when you observe the mirage from a distance, you see it and it's there. You see it, you can even take a video of it, and it looks real and it moves as well. But when you go close to it, the mirage disappears. So it's the same thing when you hold on to this mirage reality, this whole form world, like this book, this is a mirage, it doesn't exist. This iPad is a mirage, it doesn't exist. This headphone is a mirage, it doesn't exist. So that's what it's saying. As soon as you hold on to it, it disappears. So it's the same concept, like you go next to the mirage disappears. Similarly, when you hold on to this world, it will disappear. But if you just let the mirage be, and if you just observe it, it just sits, it's just there, and it doesn't go anywhere. But if you approach it, it disappears. So this world is like that as well. So you just interact with it without grasping. And that's what the mirage sunyata is. You experience and interact with this world without grasping it, without going too close to it, without giving it a label and name, and it has to be this and it has to be that, without grasping it. You have children, you don't grasp, you just let it be. Let them be that mirage, let them play their life game. You don't grasp anything. And that's the whole thing. You don't control anything, you don't grasp anything, you don't dictate anything, you don't rule over anything. And you don't try to even get close to it, because as soon as you get close to the mirage disappears. And that's what the demons are saying. Like the demon told me that if you go close to them, like the demons reflected on my talking, and the demon said, oh, if you go next to the mirage disappears. So that's why we can't hold on to it, and we cannot hold on to it. So I'm just explaining that, because they'll just give me images in my head, and I'll be like, yeah, that's what it is. And it helps me understand as well. That's what I'm sharing. So the demon just said, like, if you go close to the mirage disappears. That's what it means by not holding on to it and not grasping it. That's what the demon told me. So they are very creative, they're very perceptual, but it's not complete. Their knowledge is not complete. And sometimes, like, if someone does it for the first time, it's a totally different and new angle, because my angle only I have, they don't have that. Their angle only they have, I don't have that. And when other people perceive sunyata, they will reveal many angles. Like demon said, if you go too close to the mirage disappears. So that's why you can't grasp it. That's the demon's angle. Whereas other people is the same thing. They have their own angle. They'll see sunyata in their own way. And sunyata is also works with the individual. So however I experience this reality, sunyata will reveal herself to me in that way. So whatever I need, sunyata will correct my fault through that way. And it says in some of the scriptures, sunyata uses fear to break your illusion, and sunyata uses joy as well to break your illusion. So if you're stuck, and if you are not flexible, and if you can't be taught, and if you have too much ego and pride, sunyata will use fear. If you are teachable, and if you are open, sunyata will use joy to teach you. So sunyata does both joy and fear, and that's our great mother. Sunyata has used both for me. Don't worry. Because I'm always in telepathy with the demons, so it's a very complex dynamic for demons. When we interact with demons, it's not straightforward. Like I said, it's not all evil. It's a mix. It's almost a neutral space as well. And even if you look at the plain full, if you read the plain full Buddha Sutra, you will see a lot of the Mara people, they actually prostrate to the Buddha, and they actually understand some of the things that they are saying, the Buddha is saying, and they believe, and they like bow to him. And even when like the demons attack you, somehow they are leading you straight to sunyata for some reason. So it's a very complicated space, and that's why You have to keep an open mind. If you fight against the demons, you are still incorrect. And if you're like, I hate demon, I hate you, get away from me, incorrect, because then that's like you actually have to keep your space very open, and you have to play with the demons, and the demons will actually lead you straight to where you have to be, straight to where you need to go. That's where they lead you. That's how it works for some reason. But if you are deluded, then you will lead yourself astray more than the demons sometimes. As much as you keep yourself open, as much as you keep yourself in the path, and realize, and you use all forces, and just use your intelligence, and don't scream and shout like a child. Just be calm and just play with joy, and interact, play with joy, and that's it. Everything is sunyata, even demons sunyata. Everyone is sunyata. You just have to look at it that way, because it's not like I'm playing mind games with myself. It is reality. Like, it is sunyata. Demons are sunyata. Everything is sunyata. Everything is illusion. Mara is an illusion. Satan's an illusion. Everything is an illusion. Christ is an illusion. Our Father in heaven is illusion. Everything is illusion. Christ himself demonstrated that. He literally died and he rose again. He's like, I'm an illusion. This is a mirage. So everything is sunyata. Don't hold any negative feeling or intention towards the demons. When you interact with the demons, even when the demons hurt you, it's like, it's just emptiness. You didn't hurt me. Everything is illusion. It's a mirage. Get over yourself. Like, you know, when the demon's like, I hurt you. I have power over you. I can bully you. I can harass you. You just have to say, no, everything is a mirage. You never hurt me. You don't exist. I don't exist. Everything is an illusion. So that's the mindset you need. But if you do other things, then you will lead yourself astray, and you will give yourself a hard time if you do not perceive everything as sunyata. Everything is a mirage. Demons a mirage. Even when they're hurting you, the pain's a mirage. Even your body is a mirage. Your five senses is a mirage. All those pain feelings is a mirage. All the fear is a mirage. Nothing exists. Nothing has permanent existence. Everything just transmigrates all the time. It keeps moving every second. It keeps moving, keeps ticking. Nothing is the same. Nothing is stagnant. But the demons want to convince you that they can put you in that state. It's simply not true, because the reality is not designed that way. Everything is interdependent on each other. The demons are dependent on you to have power over you. If you don't allow that, they cannot. Everything is interdependent. Everything arises as a result of cause and effect. And if you don't facilitate that ground, there won't be cause and effect. There won't be any arising. If there's no cause and effect, there won't be any arising. You have to take that view that everything is sunyata. Even demon is sunyata. Even Christ is sunyata. Everything is empty. Everything is a mirage. And I'm just here to understand the mirage, educate myself about the mirage. And by educating myself about the mirage, that's how I enter heaven. With the education of sunyata, with the knowledge of sunyata, by embodying sunyata, by becoming transparent, by becoming a mirage myself, that's how I go to heaven. And do it that way, because you are here to learn about emptiness, and you're here to educate yourself about sunyata, educate yourself about the mirage. And if you don't view everything as the mirage, then that's the great trouble. Because as soon as you hold it, demon, I hate you, you hold it, sunyata will collapse it. So everyone is sunyata. Everyone is a mirage. And that's the education that you need. That's the knowledge that you need. That's the wisdom that you need, is the sunyata mirage wisdom.